Hello, it's Cry Lady. So here I'm going to make the easiest Dauphinoise or dolphin nose potatoes that you've ever seen in your entire life. There's no messing around, no faffing about. So what you want to do is to get yourself some spuds. Doesn't matter what size they are, and you need to peel them. Now you don't even have to peel them if you scrub them well. Okay, now here I'm going to cut them up into thin slices using this brilliant little device called a mandolin. Now this was about £6 from Amazon, and it will give you very fine slices of potato. You can cut them by hand, and I will show you how to do that as well, but it just takes a bit longer. This, honestly, it takes the strain. Let the train take the strain. It takes the strain out of having to sit there and concentrate on cutting very, very thin little slices. But this device is brilliant. You won't know yourself. So here we go with the mandolin. Now I'll start holding the potato by my hand, but as the potato gets sort of, smaller, then that little green thing to the left, I'll put on the top of it. But as you can see, it gives very, very thin slices of potato. Now, you just keep on slicing all your potatoes, but honestly, this is just such a brilliant thing, and it is so quick. Like I say, when you get to the bottom of your potato, you can just start using the green thing to hold the potato. Oh yeah, I was just going to tell you about the peeler. So if you don't have a potato peeler, get one. I insist that you get one. This I got from, I think, a supermarket. It was a couple of pounds. But, you can get these in Poundland and all the discount stores. You can get them anywhere. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to slice them. It's literally just cut very, very thin slices right across the potato like that. And I'll show you in a minute. You can get nice thin slices. Perfectly doable like this. This is what I used to do before I got the mandolin. But like I say, the mandolin just makes everything a whole lot quicker. And who doesn't want quicker? If I think of all the hours that I spent of my life slicing up potatoes. Right, now I've done all of these potatoes and I've put them in a saucepan. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually give them a good rinse at the sink and drain them. And then just whilst I'm doing a couple of other things, I'm going to just cover them with water and leave them on the side. You don't want to just leave them as they are, because they'll go brown. That's why they need to be covered in water. And who wants a brown Dauphinoise? I know I don't. So that is what I'm going to do. Now here, I'm going to show you how you make the sauce. Now normally what would happen is you'd have to stand over a hob, put garlic in it, this, that and the other, and then heat it to infuse it. But I've got a much, much quicker and easier way of doing that. Now here I have about, I don't know, these garlic cloves are really small. So I think I've got about 6 of them. In order to peel them, honestly, the easiest way to do it is just to put them down and then stick the knife on top of it and bang it with the flat of your hand. You'll easily be able to peel your garlic. Now that one's sprouting a little, that doesn't even matter. Use it. So what you want to do, now also what I was going to say is, if you don't want to do that, you can use garlic powder. Use garlic powder. It tastes like garlic. Or here's the other thing, I do a lot of Indian cooking, and this is garlic paste. So, you probably use about, I don't know, a good dessert spoonful of that. Easy. And it really will taste just as good. No faffing around. There you go. And even if you wanted to boost things a little bit, you didn't have enough garlic, just add some of that, it's okay. So I have sliced all of this garlic up now, and I'm going to add my favourite. I'm going to add approximately, it's about a teaspoon, I suppose, about a large teaspoon of Tropical Sun. I also have whole milk, and I also have a pot of double cream or heavy cream. So, as you know, that's kind of like a dessert spoonful of that stuff. You don't have to use this. I just use it because I like to use it. A lot of people use Aromatt. It's a lot more expensive. It's exactly the same thing. So I'm going to add about a teaspoon here of salt. There you go. That's that going in. Like I say, don't waste your time with Aromatt. Far more expensive. Buy a big pot of Tropical Sun online. I'm also going to put in some black pepper. Now, we like black pepper in our house. We really do. So I'm going to put, you know what, put about 1.5 dessert spoons of black pepper in there. Honestly, it just boosts the flavour. It really does. Now, this is, okay, so don't worry about this milk. It's absolutely fine. It's organic, it's not been homogenised, so the cream comes to the top of it. And that is just cream on the side, honestly. That's perfectly fresh. I only got that the other day. And I'm also going to, and I mostly use whole milk for cooking and things like that. So I'm using a whole pot. That's 300 mils of double cream. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in the microwave. Now, I actually microwaved this for 4 minutes. If you put this in a pan on the hob, you'd spend a lot longer time doing it, okay? You really would. Why bother? Who wants to do that? I know I don't. So here's my potatoes. I've drained them. And here's my tin, my baking tin. Now, I've buttered this, okay? That's what you want to do. Get some butter or margarine, whatever, doesn't matter. And just, you know, rub butter or margarine all over it. I've got 2 types of cheese here that I had in the fridge. You could use cheddar if you want to. This is Gruyere. I had some Gruyere hanging around, so I thought I'd use that. But the Gruyere is really good. And also some Parmesan to give it a little bit of a punch. Because Parmesan's got a deep nutty taste to it. It's lovely. So I'm going to, basically, all I'm going to do is put all the potatoes in there, which I've done. You don't have to line them up. You don't have to put them in a fancy pants pattern. Nothing like that. And then what you do is you pour your liquid all over the top of this, okay? And then put your cheese on. So this has just come out of the microwave. Everything's, you know, infused. It smells divine. It smells divine. So I did tip some down my dress as I was pouring this on. What a silly Billy I am. But yeah, if you just pour this all over your potatoes. Now, I've made a very big pan of potatoes. There's 5 of us. But there will also be leftovers for tomorrow. Come on, get on with it. Pour that liquid over it. Stop yapping. Yes, there's the cheese. I've done that already. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Come on, Glen Coco. You go, Glen Coco. Jesus, I don't know if I like to chops. Okay, so there I am. Right, now I am going to bake this. Once I put the cheese on, I'm going to bake it in the oven at 180 degrees. So I said about an hour. In effect, it took an hour and a half to do. But I lowered it halfway through to 160 and it turned out absolutely beautiful. Stay tuned for the second video to see the end results. And you'll see my chicken and tarragon sauce with Dauphinoise potatoes and garden peas. No need to put any more seasoning on it. Seasoning's all in the liquid. And like I say, 180 will do you good for almost anything. So look for part 2. The big reveal.